Hi everyone, my name is Vikas Raut. Welcome to my channel Digital Prime. Friends, in today's video we are going to discuss about partial payment and residual payment, how we can make the payment throughout these two processes. So let's get started. As you can see, right now I'm in my SAP screen. Okay, so let's check first if there is any open item available in our vendor. So in order to check the vendor line open line items, the transaction code is FBL1N and press enter. You can see, I have given my company code ETOM and open item, cleared item and all item you can see in this status. So I will select the radio button open item and execute. So you can see no items selected. Okay. So let's click on cleared item, radio button and click on execute. You can see that all the invoices are already cleared. Because of that, it is not showing even a single line item into the open items. Okay, so first what we will do, let's create one vendor invoice, and the transaction code for the vendor invoice is FB60. Press enter, and you can see first you need to check your company code. You can see ETO Motors Private Limited Hyderabad is my company code, and vendor you need to select. So just click on this search icon, and you need to ensure that the company code is yours company code. And if these fields are not appearing on the screen, there is drop down icon over here. You can click on this and you can select supplier by company code. Okay, this is going to be available on the screen, and you can enter your company code and click on this check icon, continue, and you can see that this is the vendor which I have created over here. So the supplier, you can see, just select it out and give the date over here itself, and give an amount of, let's give a 5,000 of invoice, give a text as a vendor invoice, and here you need to select the GL which exactly you wanted to select over here itself. So vendor is basically going to uh, once we are creating a vendor invoice, then definitely vendor will get credited. So you need to get one GL which gonna to debit itself. So select over here itself, and I wanted to debit my rent account. Select rent account, and again give your the value amount which is a 5,000. So this value and this value has to match. So I need to give a cost center now. So there you go, I have given a cost center. Press enter. You can see it's a green icon over here itself, and it's a green check. So let's go to document and simulate. You can see vendor is getting credited and rent account is getting debited. Okay, just click on post. Now you can see the document ending with 04 is created in the company code ETOM. Now let's go to our report /n and FBL1N. Press enter. Sorry, FBL1N. Press enter. Click on, select the open items radio button, click on execute. You can see this is the invoice which we have created right now with the amount of 5,000. So now we wanted to make this open item invoice cleared in the process of following partial payment. Okay, so let's come back, and in order to make the payment, we have the transaction code F-53. Press enter, and give the document date, and give a reference is as a text. Account, bank account number you need to give over here itself. Okay, and I wanted to make a payment. Basically partial payment means nothing but less than the actual invoice amount. So I'm going to make a payment only for 3,000 rupees. Okay, and give the text over here itself as a vendor invoice. Select your vendor over here itself. I have selected the vendor, and now click on open process open items. click on process open items. Now you can see the entered amount entered is 3000, assigned is 5000, and not assigned is 2000. It means that we have the invoice open for 5000 rupees, but we wanted to make the payment only 3000, so there is a difference of 2000 rupees. And if we go and click on post, automatically the invoice will not get posted. Why? Because the not assigned field should be 0. So in order to make that, what we have to do is, we are having some couple of tabs over here itself. Now at present we are at standard tab. Now we should go to the partial payment, because we are making a partial payment. So click on partial payment, and now you can see that 5000 rupees over there itself, and this invoice is selected. So still it is showing 2000 rupees as a differences, which is a not assigned amount. If you double click on this white box which is highlighted with the red in color, then automatically the entered amount and assigned amount will be assigned as a 3000 rupees, and not assigned field will become 0. So in this regard, once the not assigned field is become 0, it means that everything is green and you can post the invoice. So what you can do is, you can go to document menu and click on simulate, and then you can see that your bank account is getting credited and vendor is getting debited, right? So if you click on post, automatically what you can see that the document number ending with 06 has been posted in company code ETOM. Now the question is, the vendor invoice with the amount of 5000 rupees, whether that invoice will get cleared. So in this regard, we need to go to again our report FBL1N. So let's click /n FBL1N and press enter. Okay, and select the open item radio button, click on execute. Now you can see, actually, in this, the vendor invoice and the payment which we have made, that both the invoices are open, and it has been knocked off with the amount, and remaining value is 2000 rupees. So therefore, even though if we make the payment in partial payments for the open item invoice, the amount which we have made to the amount payment which we have made to the vendor, that both the invoices will remain open only. Okay, so now let's make the payment of remaining amount and see the effect. Let's go to payment tab again, /n f-53, and give the document date, reference as an attest, I'm giving it out, account number over here itself, and amount which is remaining is 2000 rupees, and give it the text over here itself, and vendor. Click on process open item tab. Now you can see automatically by default the rest amount is getting knocked off over here itself. Click on document menu, click on simulate, and click on post. Now you can see the document number ending with 07 is now posted. Earlier it was 06. So let's go to report and check whether is there any kind of vendor invoice is still open. Select the radio button on open items, click on execute. Now you can see no items selected. It means that it got cleared. So let's select the radio button clear item, click on execute. You can see there is the payment which we have made right now, 7th, over here itself. So you can see the document ending with 06 and 07. The earlier one which we made the payment of 3000 rupees with the document number 06, and now we have made the payment of 2000 rupees with the document number which is 07. So all these three clearing document, the clearing document has been knocked off with the same document number only, which is ending 07. Over here you can see it out, right? So this is the way how we can make the basically partial payment. Now let's go to vendor invoice once again, FB60. I'm just creating one more vendor invoice. Okay, give it the document date. I'm making a now 12,000 rupees as a vendor invoice, and I will uh, basically debit my rent GL account over here itself, and amount I will give same as it is, 12,000 here. And now let's enter the cost center. So this is my cost center. Okay, press enter, and now go to document, simulate, and vendor is getting credited, a rent account is getting debited. Now this is the process of invoice. Now click on post. Now you can see the document number 05 ending with 05, starting with 19 and ending with 05 has been posted. Now let's come back and make the payment with the process of residual items. Okay, select date, reference field, bank account number, and I'm making a payment of 6,000 rupees right now. And I will select vendor invoice, sorry, vendor payment. This is basically okay, and I will select my vendor and click on process open item. Now you can see 6,000 differences. And as we are going to make the payment with a residual item, you can see the tab over here itself. Let's click on this, and you can see there is still a 6,000, which means assigned is 12,000 rupees, but we have entered only 6,000. It means that we are going to make a payment of only 6,000 rupees. So you can see residual item. This is the blank check box over here. It's available with the red. It is covered with the red, basically red in color. So double click on this checkbox. Automatically, the amount will get knocked off, and the entered amount and assigned amount will become the same, and not assigned will become zero. Now you can post this document. Click on document, click on simulate, and now you can see the center line item is highlighted in blue in color. It means that something is missing. Just double click on this line item. You can see text field is missing it out. Okay, so just give a vendor payment text field, come back, and click on post. Now you can see the document 08 is posted into the system. Now let's come to FBL1N and see the differences of report. Earlier, what has happened is when we made the payment through partial payment, over that particular time, both the line items are open, even though we made the payment of invoice and the invoice. So both the line items are open, but in residual, let's see the differences. What exactly it is showing. Now you can see it is only showing the rest amount which is pending for the payment. So we made the invoice of 12,000 rupees and we made the payment of 6,000 rupees. So it is only reflecting the 6,000 rupees. It means that 12,000 rupees invoice and the payment of 6,000 rupees, both the line items has been cleared, and it has created a new document. Okay, and it is giving us 6,000 rupees as a open item. This is the case in residual item. And in partial payment, even though we make the payment of invoice and even the invoice amount, both the items are open only in the system. So let's make the payment of this rest amount F-53, and we'll go to this document date, reference field. You can give your bank account. You just give a 6,000 rest amount, and here itself, vendor payment, give your vendor, and click on process open item. Now you can see 0 over here itself. Now you can click on document, simulate, and click on post. So now if you can see 09 ending with a 09 document number has been created. Now just come back and check your report whether any open items are available or not. So click, there is no items selected. It means that it has been knocked off. So let's click on cleared items radio button, click on execute. Now you can see here, there you go, it is cleared over here itself. If you will focus on this amount, basically 5,000, the earlier one which we made the payment through partial payment, it means over here itself only one clearing document has clear all these three items: the invoice, the rest partial payment, and the rest payment as well. Over here itself 2,000 also. So all these three documents are clearing documents are same. But if you will notice in the partial payment process, you can see the document has been created with 12,000 rupees invoice, and here we got knocked off 6,000 rupees with you know this invoice, and the payment which we have made, that is also the different document has been created. So for the invoice there is a different document, and for the payment there is a different document number. But in partial payment, for invoice and payment, for both the cases document numbers are same. So this is the way we make the partial and residual item process into the SAP system. I hope you like this video. Please give your suggestion in comment box. Thank you for watching my video. Thanks a lot.